Part 145. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gongwei Pang. Chapter 1455. Guyan went back to the villa with his song. The servants in the villa had already left. As soon as he entered the room, Guji pressed the words and kissed behind the door. For a whole night and a whole day, Gu Sun wanted to breed like wildfire Sugawara. The hardships he endured all the way to his own place, naturally will not be stunned. The two lingered from the door to the room on the second floor. After lameness, each washed. Tired, paralyzed on the bed. Yan Ji saw that there was information in her mobile phone. It was Lu Yuan who reminded her of the audition tomorrow. After Yan responded to the message, he opened his own microchat and took a look. In the account that contacted his family, Gu Yuan was asking her again. Yan Ji glanced at him. Gu Yan was lying next to her, and she was playing with her mobile phone at the moment. She simply lay down, and replied, "What is it?" The remarks are from the big pig's hooves. Gu Hui's second reply, "You are very busy." Gu Yan secretly glanced at the woman around him while typing, and asked, "What are you playing so fascinated?" Words song, "Oh, the agent," and I explained the audition. Yanj was talking, and the big pig's hoof was returned in the microchat, "No, I just slept with a little fresh meat." "Husband, you call me now, wouldn't you call me to bed?" "Guyuankyo, it's a good girl who is dedicated." Big hoof, "Lucien, let's divorce." Yanj smiled humbly, "Have to eat the bowl." Yanj Hui, "Divorce." Big pig's hoof, "You have your life, I have my life, let's divorce each to find our own new life, so it's boring to be once." Yan Song, "I haven't slept with you yet. We've been married for so long. We haven't slept once. What a pity to divorce." In Gu Yuan's heart, the original owner grew up in a foreign country, his father is a foreigner, and the young people who played with him all gossip about the original affair of the original owner abroad. Therefore, he felt that the original owner was a woman with a very bold style of life. Yanj replied to him with such words, he had no doubt at all, and naturally, he would not take it to heart. Guyan did not forget to respond to the song while typing, "Do you need my help? Tell me where I need my help." Big hoof, "Lucien, I and you are not the same kind of people, I hope we can get together well." Yanj, "No, my work is going smoothly. I don't need your help." Words of song, "I find that you are really weird. Your marriage was mentioned by your family. Now it's your divorce to mention it. You tell me, what do you think of me, because I am a married woman? I don't even dare to return to China, I can only watch the small fresh meat drooling in the country. Now that I am divorced, I am divorced. What can I do with the mental and youth expenses I lost over the years? Big hoof, I'm sorry about this. I'll give you alimony, and presumably you don't care about what you want, just say." Yanj, "She didn't want anything, she wanted maintenance. She thought about it, this matter can't be euphemistic, so come back, you still give me alimony, I need to buy what I need." Added, "I've been short of money recently, and if the divorce pays off, I'll be happy to divorce." Big pig's hoof, "Okay, I'll ask the assistant to contact you tomorrow. Are you abroad now? When can I come back to do the formalities?" Yanj, "Do I need to be present for the divorce process? Can I do it for you?" Big hoof, "I'll ask the assistant to ask." Words, "Okay." Yan Song, "Don't you come to a divorce canon?" Big hoof, "Thank you, no, after my death, the villain blackened again." Author, Ben Gongwei Pang. Chapter 1456. After seeing Gu Song, Yan Ji came over, and the mobile phone interface immediately switched to his own script. Gu Xian deleted all the chats with Lucien, and at the same time looked at Yanj's phone, "It's too late, don't fight, be careful of myopia." Yan Ji obediently put the phone aside the bed, then go to bed. As soon as the lights went out, the two were nesting together, hugging and sleeping. Really a good couple for each other. The audition the next day was in the morning. Before Guye went to the company, he sent Yanj to the audition. He was in a very good mood because he had negotiated with Lucien about the divorce, and he was very happy. Yanj also got tired and crazier. Call me after the audition. Words, okay. Guyan, come here, let me kiss myself first. No, makeup will be spent. Guyan, then kiss me. The lipstick will spread. Guyan pinched the soft words of his song, then keep the books, and remember to double down on me next time I meet. Yanj stood tall and said, no problem. But before she could open the door and get out of the car, Guyan suddenly took her hand, kissed her lips, and pressed her against the window, deepening the kiss. Words of song. Guyan finished, and took a closer look. Are you lipstick in the bag? I'll help you reapply. Yan Ji glared at him, and found out the lipstick and threw it to him. Dare to apply it well, I will break with you. Guyan laughed lowly. What is the posture of a broken friend? Yan Ji was asked, and there was nothing to say. For the first time, Gu Min applied lipstick. Fortunately, others were careful and gentle. He lifted the chin of Yanj with one hand and squeezed the fine lipstick with the other hand, but his fingers touched his face from time to time on. It was applied very slowly, and the words were gradually softened by the gentle touch of his fingertips, and he slightly raised his head and closed his eyes, allowing him to apply on his lips. This warmth is like the warm sun in the winter, making people feel comfortable. The words do not want to destroy. Big deal, she repainted it later. All right. Guyan's mute voice sounded. Yan Ji opened his eyes a little bit reluctantly, taking over the small mirror handed over by Guji. At this glance, I found that Guju was pretty good. She squinted at him and praised, how many women have you practiced on your mouth? It has been so good. First time, Gu said, I think it's good, and I'll help you apply it every day. Yanj raised an eyebrow, shall I pay you? During the conversation, the door had been opened and left, and Gu Zhen waved without looking back, I'll go first. The window rose slowly, but Guye's eyes remained on Yan Ji's body until Yan Ji's figure entered the company. Guye said, let's go. Yan Ji's audition went very well. One of them was a very talented person. The princess and affection of the princess and Barbara were almost 3 pointers under her interpretation of a few words. On the other hand, the princess likes the whip crackling most, and the dance whip at the scene of Yanj is free to play. She thinks no one can match her. However, this is also the wishful thinking of Yanj. As for who will decide on the end, Yanj knows nothing. She inherited the original owner's temperament, and everything went well with her. Anyway, in the current cast, many roles are chased by some investors and related households. Like the original owner, it is good to have a female N role, female second, or something, really can't be extravagant. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 1457. After Yan Ji auditioned, Lu Yuan called her as soon as possible to ask how. Yan Song talked about his situation. Lu Yuan also didn't feel that there could be drama in this song, and comforted her, it's okay, you performed well in the audition this time. If you can enter the director's eyes, it will be good in the future. If he has a role suitable for you, he will contact you. Yan Song, well, I know. It's all old fritters, and this routine understands it. Lu Yuanzhang said a few more words before hanging up. Assistant Gugu also called. Another call was made to contact Yanj to discuss the divorce. Yang used his inconvenience as an excuse to ask him to add details and discuss them in detail. The assistant asked Yang what his psychological expectations were. Yang tossed the ball to the assistant. How much did he give me? Just say, don't ask me. The assistant replied after a while, is 50 million okay? This maintenance is more than Yang and the original owner thought. Yan Song, okay, no problem. She just sent it out, and the assistant also sent it out, plus a villa in Beijing's Shenxi district. The information between the two people was 1 second behind. Then, Yang saw the assistant silently withdraw the previous one. Words of song. Yang and his assistant stopped talking. So the words that the other party withdrew a message kept hanging in the interface, dangling and blind. That's a villa. Yang thinks that the villas in Beijing are worth 50 million. After a while, the assistant asked the song again. The current Civil Affairs Bureau's review is very strict and cannot be handled on its behalf. Ms. Lu needs to go back to China to go through the procedures. I don't know when Ms. Lu will be convenient. It's up to me not to mention the villa. Although Yang is a bit painful, it is not bad at 50 million. So I let go of this assistant and decided the time to go through the divorce formalities, and then Yang switched his usual number. Lu Li biography is about to start. Yang is a female number 3, and the drama is quite heavy. Therefore, Yang set the date of divorce with Guyan after her killing in Li Yulai. Fearing that she would regret it, Guyan's Hung purposely asked her assistant to send a divorce agreement for her to sign and scan it. It finally stopped. Before Lu Li biography started, in addition to confusing Yan Gu with Guya, he went to the nightclub to find Zhu Wei. This guy is quite capable, but she hasn't been contacted for so many days. Although Yang was patient, she was afraid of changes and had to take the initiative to take another shot. But I didn't see this guy after a few trips to the club. After Lu Li biography started, Yan Song entered the crew. This is a fairy tale drama. The female song number 3 of Yang is a fairy waiter with a flamingo in it. Later, the flamingo was eaten as a chicken by the heroine. The good flamingo was convicted. Later, the female number 3 found the reincarnation of the flamingo and continued to protect it. Female number 3 had no official staff, and was a cannon fodder from beginning to end. In order to protect the reincarnated flamingo, it was silent when it died. Even the guarded flamingo did not know that someone had guarded him in this way. As soon as Yang entered the crew, a crew member threw a red all over her in her arms. The crew members joked to her, "After this is your flamingo, the flamingo you want to protect. You and it will have to eat and sleep with you in the future. Its life and death are left to you." Words of song. Yang touched the hair on the little rooster and said, "No problem. She likes chickens or whatever. After my death, the villain blackened again." Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 1458. As soon as the words fell, His Royal Highness Flamingo fluttered with wings, and a paw stepped on her chest. Yang's chest is small, so the bra is very thick. Stepping on it like this, she didn't feel much. The little rolled his eyes. Yang didn't notice the guy's eyes. The little red is very red, and Yang is holding it. Staff and actors are watching this little everywhere. Because of this, she was a female number 3 and soon became a part of the crew. Wherever she sits, there will be a bunch of girls around. These girls are here to tease Her Royal Highness Flamingo. And trusting the blessing of this chicken, Yang found that his popularity was suddenly particularly good. Tired all day, returned to the hotel at night, Yang took a bath and lay in bed. She was afraid that the little red chicken would around, and asked for a large cardboard box with the front desk, and put the chicken in the box. When I fell asleep in the middle of the night, I felt that someone was strangling her body without saying, and her hands were burning around her. As soon as Yang reached out, someone around him took her into her arms and called her baby. Although the words are confused, the consciousness is clear. She was in the hotel, not on Gu's bed. Where did the wild man dare to climb her bed? Before Yan Ji opened his eyes, he already grabbed the man's arm, twisted it, and threw it off the bed. She also jumped out of bed, stepped on the guy's neck with one foot, then stretched out her hand and pulled the lamp out. Men on the ground, who else can there be besides Zhu Wei? Zhu Wei did not expect that the woman on the bed turned out to be a Song. He saw the instant Song, his face was pale, and he wanted to shiver. Not scary, it hurts. The woman was so cruel that she dislocated his arm. What a terrible thing. This is really a tiger. He could just sleep her just now, knowing that he wouldn't do that much foreplay. Go straight in and there are so many things going on. Zhu Wei wanted to cry without tears. No, the moment he saw Yanj, he tearfully reflected in 2 lines and yelled, "Sister, sister, tap, neck will break, I don't know it is you, I really don't know what's on the bed, it will be you." Yanj stared at him condescendingly. Between this guy's trembling response, she still believed him. So, Yanj asked him, "You're hiding from me and don't want to see me?" Zhu Wei, "No, I miss my sister." Yan Ji squinted at his indifferent body. Gaze glanced around the room. She is a female number 3 character, and she is not a big star. The room is very small. It is a single room with a bed at the door. There were no 9-tailed clothes and shoes in the room, and her door was still locked. To her surprise, the little red in the cardboard box was gone. Yan Ji narrowed his eyes, looked up from the ground, and tried to give him the bone 9, "How did you get in?" Zhu Wei shook his head blankly, with a sad look on his face, I don't know, I woke up and fell asleep next to you, and thought you were my girlfriend, so, sister, I didn't mean to offend you, ugh." He wanted to offend, but now he thinks of the opportunity he just missed and regrets it. This woman is so hateful that only before killing can make him angry. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 1459. When Zhu Wei was talking, his arm was already connected, and the tears that hurt immediately fell down. It was really pitiful to match his face. Anyone wants to step forward and hug him to coax him to appease him. Yan Ji also came forward and stared at him. Zhu Wei slightly bowed his head, exposing a long and graceful neck. This angle can better highlight his flourishing beauty. Yanj reached out, pinched his chin, and raised his head. Zhu Wei opened her lips slightly, and her teary eyes looked at her blankly and helplessly, "Sister, sister." The sound was murmur, and the wailing was slightly husky, which was really nice. Yan Ji sighed in his heart. The existence of the 9-tailed fox is really well deserved. Even she wants to have such a pet. It is a pleasure to watch him invite pets around him every day. "You are not a pure human now," Yanj asked him, speaking to hear, "What's going on?" Zhu Wei didn't want to say. But the hand holding his chin showed no pity for Xiangxianjiao. He felt like he wouldn't say that his jawbone was about to be crushed. "My body is unstable. As soon as I get today, I will become an animal," he said paradoxically, "but my soul is weak, what will become, I do not know, and sometimes it is too weak, and I won't recover at night, sister, which is why I do not look for you during this time. For that reason, I am really powerless. This is also why the ice and fire poison on your body didn't attack." Yan Ji understood it, leaning Zhu Wei obliquely, "You keep absorbing the soul source of others at night so that you become strong, so that the soul source will not be affected by the so-called animal soul suppression." 9-tail. He just said something plausible, but the woman guessed so much. For a moment, Zhu Wei shivered. When did he provoke such an existence? Who is this guy right now? Yan Ji sneered, shaken his chin, and lay back on the bed. But at this moment, She was a little excited. It is not an ordinary animal that is related to the nine-tailed soul source and can suppress the nine-tailed soul source by absorbing other people's soul sources to fight for sober time to control the body. She thought she knew who it was. Zhu Wei didn't expect Yanj to just let him go. He stood in front of the bed, hesitating to murder. He killed anyway, and after dawn, he could escape punishment. But can he kill this woman? He couldn't be weaker now, no different from ordinary men. Obviously, this woman is not an ordinary woman. Therefore, even if the mind is turned and is about to move, but Zhu Wei, in the end, dare not really start to kill. He never trades at a loss. Feeling that Yanj's breathing was smooth, Zhu Wei held his breath lightly and wanted to leave the room and find a woman again. However, he has just taken a step. The woman with her eyes closed on the bed said, "You better not move, otherwise, don't blame me." Nine-tail did not dare to move. However, he whispered a suggestion, "Yehan is cold and short, sister, it's so cold. Can I sleep with you? I can help you warm up the bed, and I can also help you massage. Wherever you are uncomfortable, I will press you." Yanj, okay, I just happened to try the method of plucking the yang and replenishing the yin in the ancient arts. You have drawn so many women's soul sources, which just happens to work for me. Nine-tail. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Weipang. Chapter 1460. He, I have always regarded my sister as my sister. This kind of chaotic incident is against the law. I'd better stay by my sister's side. The night will be cold, and my sister will go to bed early. Early the next morning, there were 2 plays of Yanj. Fortunately, this body is better than normal people's body after her cultivation and conditioning during this time. When she fell asleep, she was able to give a little attention to Zhu Wei. This guy probably was really bet by her and didn't dare to move anymore. Meditate on the ground overnight to practice. However, in this world, the aura is thin and almost non-existent, and the practice of one night is useless. Yanj was woken up early in the morning by the roaring cock. The little stretched her tail and stretched her neck. She stood tall and raised her chest. Oh, oh. It's really expensive. Words of song. The flat chest was flattened by this guy's 2 paws. If it was Nine-tail, she would chop these 2 paws without hesitation. This guy yells like this, is the waiter in the hotel still willing to let her live? Yanj slaps to the ground. Taking out her cell phone to check the time, it is still too early for her alarm time. But I can't sleep. She quickly went to bed and rinsed, holding down the stairs. It was still early and there were few people in the hotel lobby. The crew set up a chat and communication group, so Yan Ji knew from the chat of those in the group that there was a snack street next to the hotel. She ate breakfast in the snack street and fed her little red chicken. This guy doesn't eat rice or drink water. When she eats a cricket, this guy looks at it and wants to sip. Dare to be a carnivore. Yan Ji bought some buns and skewers from Snack Street. While feeding this guy, he took a long walk outside the hotel. The staff members got up early, and when they saw Yan Ji downstairs, they all greeted him, "Soon, Lu Shui." The original title of Lu Xian in the entertainment industry is Lu Shui. Yanj pointed to the squatting on his shoulder, "Where is the chicken?" Everyone else walks dogs and cats, and when she comes to her, she walks. Everyone was joking about her, and the staff took a picture of Yanj and sent it to the group. As a result, people in the entire crew knew that the female number 3 had slipped off that Her Royal Highness Flamingo early in the morning. Soon, even Guyan called Yanj, "I heard that your flamingo's mate is fascinated." Yanj is teasing the little rooster, and when he hears Guyan's words, he answers with a smile, Yeah, not only is he fascinated but also very happy. Guyan, you wouldn't be so happy with me because of that chicken, would you? Yan Song, I still miss you. Guyan listened to her soft voice, her heart softened. I don't believe it. Yanj, ah, the little guy shit, I'll go and clean it up. Hang up the phone in seconds. Guyan, who heard a beep on the other side of the phone. This time he really didn't believe it. The men and women in the Liulai Chuan are popular flowers and fresh meat. Although there are all kinds of small contradictions due to the drama, these contradictions do not affect Yanj here. After all, most of her plays were done with the red-haired little rooster. Except that in the later period, the was reborn because of being killed by the hostess, but the mortal grew from a baby to a little boy. In Yan Ji's drama, there is no such thing as a good-looking drama with handsome young meat. Therefore, it is very worry-free. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Weipang. Chapter 1461. So when the little girls in the crew didn't play, they loved to make up with Yanj, tease the little rooster, and then talk to Yanj about gossip in the crew. The gossip in the crew is not so good. The thing that did not sleep men and women was all female number one, who brought a few assistants today, and took leave to shoot endorsement advertisements. Of course, what color lipstick did the male lead apply today? There are many trivial gossips every day. Listen to gossip and make fun of little during the day. At night, Yanj was in the same room as Juwei, and every day he watched the sky tremble with trembling and anger. And she also noticed that the time for Ninetail to appear at night was getting shorter and shorter. This guy, soul source, is obviously severely suppressed by restraint. The life of Yanj's crew was really unforgettable. When Guyan came to visit the class, Yanj's first reaction was not to let others know that she had such a big backer. After all, she is a powerless female number 3, and she wants to listen to gossip every day. As soon as Guyan entered the studio, everyone gathered to watch. After all, although Gu Min has invested a small part in this glorious biography, this guy is the current chairman of Gu's enterprise. All industries under Gu's name are managed by this guy. Many industries are related to the entertainment industry. As long as you catch this line, skyrocketing is not a dream at all. The heroine and the heroine almost all went to Guyan to brush their faces. Yan Ji was waiting for his own drama, and by the way, he helped the staff to move the flower pots that they would use next. When they saw the group, Prince Gu's family came. She didn't want to, she sneaked out of the studio with a small and went outside for a chicken. Guyan's phone number quickly called and asked her, "Where is it?" "Yan Song, what's the matter?" Guyi suddenly sour bubbling. During this time, as long as he called Yanj, she was either walking the chicken or feeding the chicken. When talking to him, all the topics were the red-haired chicken. For example, a red-haired chicken took a bath and faded, from red-haired to yellow-haired. It turned out that the seller learned that the crew wanted red-haired chickens and dyed the yellow-haired chickens red. Girlfriend opened her mouth and closed her mouth, except for that chicken. He even felt that the position of her boyfriend in her mind was behind the chicken. Although the bottom of my heart was sour, my voice remained calm. "Where is the chicken?" "Yanj, in your car. Oh, you bought me delicious, I'm eating." Guyan. I wanted to be surprised. Guya didn't answer. While Yanj fed the with beef jerky, he asked curiously, "Don't say that you didn't buy these for me." Guyan, "It's all a greeting for your flamingo." Yanj, "Oh, it's eating. It's very enjoyable. It seems to like your meeting gift. I thank you for it." The door was pulled open at this time. Guyan stood at the door and stared at Yanj. Yanj looked up at him. "I haven't seen you for more than a month. I think it's silly for me. The sun is so big, why don't you get in the car? Driver Xiao Lu, and this dare to talk to President Gu like this." Guyan stooped into the car and instructed Xiao Lu to return to the hotel. The soundproof board rose later, and he took the song in his arms, and was about to kiss His Royal Highness Flamingo, who had eaten in the corner, cooed, and jumped and pecked at his mouth. Guyan's mouth was pecked instantly, and blood ran into her mouth. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 1462. Yanj laughed. Xiao Huang must like you especially, he doesn't like to deal with others, and kisses you so hard when he sees you. Guyan interrupted her, mouth hatch. He stared at Yan Song's thigh, his hair on his neck stood up, like a little about to enter the battle. Didn't see at all that this guy liked him. Yanj took out a tissue from the box to wipe the blood on Guyi's mouth, and made a siege for his little rooster. It must have never kissed anyone before, and it would have broken your mouth with too much force. This is called smashing? This is called pecking. Guyan stared at the small cock. When he was young, he raised a group of geese, and every time he went to his house, he was pecked by geese. He didn't think it was to love him before kissing him. However, Guya heard another meaning from the words, it has never kissed you. Yan Song, no. She and the little have not risen to the point where they can be dear. They are pure friendships. Guyan, it's right not to let it kiss you. How can it be regarded as a public? You can't always take advantage of it. Yan Ji's fingers touched Guyi's lips, and the soft touch made her gradually reconciled. Hearing yum, he squeezed Gu Min's chin and looked carefully. It seems that blood is also flowing in his mouth. Guyan, you can't always touch it. They are very fierce. Don't peck you too. They is sexually immoral, but cannot be close to his woman. Guyan glanced at the again. Good guy, when he stared at it, it was fiercer than him. A pair of round eyes were almost cross-eyed. Yan Ji looked up and pecked on Guyan's lips. The peck was never finished, deepening the kiss. Guyan who is still staring at the small cock. Happiness can't be caught. Guyan immediately lowered his head, not yet holding the back of Yanj. The little rooster Ku rushed forward, jumped over Yan Ji's shoulder, and pecked it according to Gu's face. Guyan was kissed by the little again. Blood was oozing from the kisses. After kissing, he crossed his eyes with a cross-eyed stare at Guyan's eyes. It's as if you want to kiss up all the time. Guyan. This kiss, he really can't continue. Guyan reached out and pushed the little red chicken on Yan Ji's shoulder. The little red chicken froze and jumped on Guyi's arm. With the trend, he jumped over his head again. The little red chicken standing on the top of Gu Min's head stretched his neck, raised his tail high, and yelled oh oh oh. The sound is loud and loud. It's really arrogant. It's awful. Guyan reached out to catch the cock. Suddenly it feels wet and grimy above my head, like being dunked with chicken feces. Guyan is not good. Yan Gu quickly reached out and hugged the little in his arms before Guyan became soaring. Guyan's voice drifted, it's on my head. Yan Ji immediately threw the in a corner, it dare to on your head, it's not as good as a beast. After that, he took the paper towel and wiped Gugu's head for him, I'll wipe it for you. Guyan turned his head aside, avoiding Yan Ji's hand, when I arrive at the hotel, I will wipe it myself. He didn't want to touch such a disgusting existence, and he didn't want to let Yanj touch it. Singing words, Sexton disappeared, and regretfully said, I'm sorry, I didn't expect Xiao Huang to be so naughty, I will punish him to stop eating tonight. Guyan glanced at the lying in the corner. The was combing his own hair with his mouth, and he no longer looked up. Obviously a chicken. Guyi saw contempt in this chicken. This long-haired chicken clearly didn't look at him. Guya looked angry and said, I ate this chicken at night. Words of song. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 1463. Yanj looked at the little yellow chicken with high toes and no guilt. Look at the blood on his face again, and his hair is messed up with Gujun, who was once handsome. I always feel that I have encountered a century-old problem. Girlfriend and mother fell into the water together, which one to save? She almost agreed with Guyan's words without hesitation. Okay, we'll go to the hotel in a while, and the two of us will stew and eat it. You will pluck it and clean it. I will stew it. The voice was indignant, as if he was really upset for Gu Min. When the heard Yanj's words, he jumped to his feet, shook his body stably, and stared at Yanj with his hair full of hair. Yanj glared at it. Dare to spread wild things on my man's head and don't want to confuse you. The little yellow chicken, with its two short legs upside down, quickly rushed to Yan Ji's feet and pecked at Yan Ji's ankles. In Yanj's surprised eyes, he ran back to the corner, buried his head in the gap at the bottom of the chair, then tilted his butt, and aimed his at Yanj. Words of song. Good guy, you don't admit wrongdoing when you do bad things, and you have a bigger temper than her. She's the uncle, okay. Guyan was stunned. I am afraid this chicken is perfect. However, this did not stop his determination to stew the chicken. The guy who dared to on his head from childhood to big is this chicken. If he doesn't stew it, he won't surname Gu. Yanj pity his man. The car arrived at the hotel parking lot at this time. Yanj took Gu's hand and got out of the car. He ignored the little nesting in the corner. Xia Huangji was faster than her. Although she jumped out of the car last time, her two short legs whistled like a fire wheel, and soon surpassed the song and Guyan, and took the lead. Yanj was indignant. I'm running so fast, I'm afraid I don't know I'm going to die. I'll stew it back later, stew a rooster soup, and we won't have to eat at night. Guyan didn't answer. Although it was him who was injured, Yanj was even more angry than him, which made him feel that his girlfriend really cared more about him than he thought. He squeezed Yan Ji's hand tightly, thinking about it, still saying, this chicken is quite smart. Yanj was still indignant. Smart is useless, it dares to bully you, you have to know the end. Guyan. Inexplicably happy, he couldn't control himself, the corners of his mouth were already high. This is not the usual hotel where crew members live. This hotel is relatively high-end, and Gu Zhengding is the presidential suite. Little yellow chicken ran to the elevator and didn't forget to wait. The people in the hall were amazed and felt that the chicken had grown up. Guyan and Yanj entered the elevator, and Xiao Huangji rushed in. Fear of being dropped. After entering the elevator, it stood in the middle of the front of Yan Ji and Guyan. Hold your head upright and your hair on your tail. Like a high king with a hand going down to inspect. Noble. Guyan, this stupid chicken, what's wrong, don't know that it will be stewed soon. Yanj added fiercely, before simmering, you have to smash it out and remove its skin and bones. Guyan, listen a bit cruel. It's a little chicken who doesn't understand a fart. Is he a little bit unbearable? However, his girlfriend is in his early days. He certainly won't hit his girlfriend. Can only silently order the chicken root wax. Who doesn't provoke this guy badly, why did he provoke his girlfriend's man? After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 1464. After Guyan entered the room, the whole person had lost his anger and gloom. Inexplicably happy. He went to the bathroom for the first time to take a shower. He walked from the parking lot to the hotel with a lot of chicken feces. He didn't expect that he hadn't collapsed yet. Guyan entered the bathroom. Yanj bent down, picked up the little yellow chicken on the ground, and poked its head. The cross-eyed eyes stared at you. Who are you? Feed you every day to feed you to drink, but to increase your temperament. Little yellow chicken stretched his neck and pecked his fingers. The hair on the neck was frizzed again. Well, this guy is even more angry than her. Yanj sighed and touched the hair on his neck to run along. Even if you can't get used to it, you can't do that. It's too impolite. To enter a civilized society, we have to be a good citizen who loves the country and the people. They set a moral benchmark. The little yellow chicken rolled his eyes. However, the frost on his neck was softened. Yanj, be good, behave well, here you are. Thinking about the hobby of the little yellow chicken, Yanji reluctantly said, I'll show you movies like Xiao Mao. The little red chicken twisted her neck and turned back immediately, her eyes staring at the song with a sharp eye. Yanj reached out and poked his head. Oh my dear, after feeding you meat, a big packet of snacks. When Yanj got out of the car, he did not forget to pick up the snacks in the car. She didn't say that. It was okay. When she said, the little yellow chicken immediately kicked out of her arms with two calves and ran into the snack bag. Ungrateful. Even so, Sing Song was sitting on the sofa, her eyes were looking at the little yellow chicken softly. Like an old mother looking at her naughty son. Helpless and spoiled, the whole person was shrouded in the light of love. The little yellow chicken chop pulled a snack for a long time, feeling the old mother's loving eyes like Yanj, and raised her head with vigilance and narrowed her eyes. Yanj smiled at it. Slow down, don't let go. The little yellow chicken was stunned by her smile, and immediately began to snore. Stupid, Yanj got up and poured a glass of water on the ground. Guyan is still taking a bath. Yanj guessed it, and went into the bathroom. After entering, unlocked the bathroom door as soon as possible. She didn't want to be halfway through and was seen by the little guy. The sound in the bathroom hummed. Little yellow chicken is not even interested in eating. Grabbing the small paw, he tried to push the bathroom door open. Of course, this is futile. It couldn't open the door, simply bowed its head, and pecked at the door like a woodpecker. Yanj and Guyan were the first time that Xiao Bishan's newly married had finished happily in this accompaniment sound. When going out in a bathrobe, Yanji still reminded Guyan, wrap up in a bathrobe, don't be despised by the chicken outside. Guyan. This was what he wanted to say. When there are only two people, they don't worry about going out at all, and even many times, they can be naked all day in the room. But now, with one more chicken, it's different. The sleek cross-eyed eyes of that chicken are too present. Guyan was reluctant to see his girlfriend in something indescribable. So he wrapped his bathrobe quickly, and walked in front of Yanj, who helped Yanj pull the bathrobe tightly. Taking a kiss on the forehead of Yanji, he opened the door. No one mentioned the stew of the little red chicken.